Well, thank you, everybody. Welcome to the Emerging Topics series in economic development. Emerging Topics in Economic Development series. This is something that the Urban Economic Development Association, or UEDA, does every year. And I'm Kristi Luzar. I'm the Executive Director of UEDA. And we are very pleased to be partnering with Sara Daleiden and the crew here at Washington Park Media Center, Create Wisconsin, Rural Urban Flow, and Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation on today's topic, which is...
We're growing the creative industries in Wisconsin.
Yes. And so this is something that Sara and I have talked a lot about doing over the years, is having a session just like this. And the purpose of these sessions is really to spur this collaborative thinking and sort of highlight some work that has been going on in different parts of economic development, and hopefully generate new things that come out of it, new connections. That is our mission at UEDA. We are a membership association of people and groups that work in economic and community development.
Awesome. Sounds like a fun job, Kristi.
It is. I'm overworked and never bored.
Because for you, economic development, what does that mean when you think about Milwaukee and Wisconsin?
I think about all of the activity that we see in our community, but not even realizing that there's a whole economy behind and underneath it, whether it's the shop you visit in your neighborhood, it's the person that's driving your kids to school, it's the artist that created these really cool earrings that you just bought somewhere, it's the mural you find on a building, the art that is present in the park and things like that, the music that you hear. And so for me, the economic development is all of the work that goes on to make those things happen. And a lot of it is done not only by people who earn living by that in the creative economy, the creative industries, but also volunteers and people who just want these communities to be innovative and vibrant and all of that sort of thing.
Right. So economy is a complex organism. It takes a lot of different players to make it healthy.
It sure does, yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to finish just a little more introduction. You're still good with me on the couch here?
I sure am. I can hang out with you.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm Sara Daleiden. I'm co-owner here of Washington Park Media Center along with Wes Tank. We are a media strategy and production and training center located here on the near west side of Milwaukee, across from beautiful historic Washington Park across the street. I'm also a member of Rural Urban Flow, which is a network of cultural and agricultural producers throughout Wisconsin and also related native lands here in our region. And we really look, kind of one of our mottos is to look beyond neighborhoods and news feeds. So we're always trying to find common ground with each other, even though, we all can stay in our corners in Wisconsin. It can be, kind of a distant view and not always an accurate perception of each other. So we really spend time in each other's lands. So I just want to note Rural Urban Flow. So again, name of our live stream, Rural Urban Flow, Growing Creative Industries in Wisconsin, sponsored today, and has for me been a big point of inspiration as someone who was born and raised in this region. I just want to also offer creative industries, like what is that? And for me, it really does mean the businesses. So for-profit, nonprofit, we even have government bodies that can be producers of creative works, anything in the arts, anything in design. But for me, also, it's all those other businesses, too, that just contribute to our sense of expression, our sense of place, how we understand what culture is for ourselves, and, of course, our sense of creativity. So it's a very broad economy itself. Today, we really wanted to focus on what do the businesses need. So again, I'm just here as an example of a small creative business owner, partly through Washington Park Media Center that we're in. And we're going to have a few different sets of speakers. Again, we worked together to actually identify combinations of people we thought were going to be good to get together and talk about creative industries and talk about, again, what's the market development that we can all work on together. I just want to note that I have to thank one of our partners, Create Wisconsin, always helps me with my statistics. Shout out to Ann Katz. But, it's close to a $12 billion industry. Billion, right? Bigger than beer, biotech, paper making, right? But I feel like we don't always think about the creative industries in Wisconsin that way. And so, and even, another important statistic, just 89,000 jobs in the state of Wisconsin that could be identified as creative industry jobs. Yeah, it's significant. So again, part of what I'm always hoping for, and I'm really grateful for your partnership on this, Kristi, is just wanting to understand the economy is there, but it does need some very specific things to keep growing. And I personally, as someone who's watched the Wisconsin economy struggle a lot in my lifetime, I keep thinking that there's a lot of hope to be had in more investment in the creative industries. And so I'm looking forward to getting into that conversation today.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, when we think of economic development, I always think of it as going across sectors. So you have your private, your public, and then your social sector, and they're all very vibrant within each other, but where we really get that innovation and that supercharging that we're going to talk about is when all three are sort of working together. And so I was just thinking about that as you brought those statistics. Like when I think of economic development, or I go to other economic development things, it's always manufacturing and jobs and things like that, construction. But these economies we're going to be talking about are all the things kind of within that flow and around it. And so I'm really excited to hear we again, thank you to our people who are going to be coming up and sharing their thoughts with us. We're really excited to just sort of get these ideas going and learn from it, and then see what we can do in 2025 with all of this great energy.
Yes.